Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful chapters from James Clear's Atomic Habit, that is chapter 14. This one completely flips the script on habit formation. Instead of only focusing on how to build good habits, we learn how to make bad habits nearly impossible and good habits happens automatically. It's seriously game changing stuff. So let's explore what this means. You know that feeling when you set a goal and your motivation is sky high, but a few days later you found yourself scrolling social media when you should be working. What if I told you there is a way to trick your future self into doing the right thing, even when motivation runs low? That's exactly what we are exploring today. Let me start with an incredible story from the 1800s. Picture this. Victor Hugo, the famous French author, had promised his publisher he'd deliver a new book. Instead of writing, he spent an entire year hosting dinner party, writing plays, and basically doing everything except what he was supposed to do. Sound familiar? His frustrated publisher finally gave him a deadline to finish the book by February 1831, or else. Hugo had just 6 months left and was panicking. So, what did he do? He came up with one of the most creative solutions to putting things off in history. Hugo gathered all his clothes, every single piece, and had his assistant lock them away in a chest. All he kept was a single grey shawl with nothing proper to wear outside. He couldn't leave the house to get distracted. He was basically under house arrest by his own choice. And guess what? It worked perfectly. Hugo wrote day and night, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame was published 2 weeks ahead of schedule. This brilliant strategy psychologists call a helpful rule, a choice you make today that controls your actions tomorrow. Like setting up safety barriers for your future self. Think of it as making deals with tomorrow's version of you when today's version is feeling motivated. The beauty of these helpful rules is that they work with human psychology, not against it. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. You might start the day with iron discipline, but by evening you are exhausted and more likely to give it to temptation. The smart tricks remove the need for willpower by removing the temptation entirely. Let's look at some modern examples you can use. You want to exercise more, sign up for a yoga class, and pay for the entire month upfront. Now, skipping class costs your money. Even better, meet a friend there, adding social pressure to the mix. But here's where it gets really interesting. The best helpful rule is automation. When you automate a habit, you make the good choice the easy choice. James Clear shares a fascinating example from his own life about social media distraction while writing his book. Every Monday, his assistant reset the passwords on all his social media accounts, logging him out on every device. All week, he worked without distraction because he didn't know his own passwords. On Friday, his assistant sent him the new password so he could enjoy social media over the weekend. Then Monday came and she changed them all again. Think about this. James Clear didn't rely on willpower to resist checking social media. He made it practically impossible by not even knowing his own password. The brilliant part is that within just 1 week he realized he didn't need to check social media nearly as often as he thought he did. The habit had simply been so automatic. If you don't have an assistant, Clear suggests you can team up with a friend or a family member and reset each other's password each week. This brings us to what Clear's James Clear calls one-time choices. Decisions that require efforts upfront but deliver deliver benefits automatically over time. It's likely growing benefits for your habits. For example, if you want to sleep better, invest in blackout curtains, a good mattress, and remove the TV from your bedroom. This one time steps automatically improve your sleep every night without ongoing effort. The same idea applies to technology. You could set up automatic transfers to your saving accounts or use apps that limit your screen time. Each setup then works in the background, nudging you towards better choices. But here's something crucial. Technology cuts both ways. The same tool that can automate good habits can also make bad habit incredibly easy. Social media platforms use endless scroll, so there's never a natural stopping point. Your phone buzzes with notification designed to grab your attention. These companies have basically created helpful rule that lock you into using their content. The key is being intentional about which commitments you make. We want to create friction for bad habits and remove friction for good habits. If you found yourself mindlessly scrolling, delete social media apps and only access them through your web browser, that extra step of typing in the URL might enough to break the automatic behavior and make you more aware of your choices. Another powerful strategy is to use what clears call key moments. Those few seconds that determine the path of your next hour or even your entire day. For instance, the moment you walk in the door after work, do you head straight to the couch and turn on the TV, or do you change into workout clothes? That single decision shapes whether you have a productive evening or a lazy one. Design helpful rules around these key moments. Lay out your workout clothes the night before and put them by your bed. When you wake up, seeing them makes it easier to choose exercise over hitting snooze. The beauty of these strategies is that they work even when you don't feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes based on your mood and energy. But helpful rules and automation work regardless of how you feel. There also something amazing that happen when you start using these techniques. You begin to see yourself differently. Instead of being someone who struggles with self-control, you became someone who designs smart systems. You are not relying on being perfect. You are creating conditions where doing the right things become the easy choice. Now, now, some people worry that relying on these helpful rules means they are weak or lacking in willpower, but that's backwards. Using these strategies is actually a sign of wisdom and self awareness. You are acknowledging that you are human with limitations and you are preparing yourself for success ahead of time. The most successful people are not those with superhuman self control, they are the ones who rarely need self control because they have designed their environment and system well. They have made good choices automatically and bad choices difficult or impossible. As James Clear puts it, the ultimate way to lock in future behavior is to automate your habits. When you remove human error and mood swings from the equation, you create remarkable consistency, and consistency build over time. Consistency creates extraordinary results. So, here's your takeaway from chapter 14. Stop relying only on motivation and willpower. Instead, become a designer of your own behavior. Look at the habits you want to build and ask yourself, how can I make this almost certain to happen? Look at the habits you want to break and ask, how can I make this impossible or at least much harder? Maybe it's putting your phone in another room while you work. The specific tactics matter less than the basic idea. You are taking advantage of good intentions today to guarantee better behavior tomorrow. Remember, every habit you automate frees up the mental energy for more important decisions. Instead of using willpower to resist checking social media, you can focus that energy on creative work, building relationships, or pursuing your goals. The goals is not to eliminate all choices, it's to eliminate the wrong ones. You want to save your decision making energy for what truly matters while putting the basics on autopilot. In short, chapter 14 delivers a powerful lesson. Make good habits almost certain to happen and bad habits impossible by using helpful rules and automation. It's not about being perfect, it's about being smart with how you set up your life. If you found this breakdown helpful, I'll love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if this video helped you understand these ideas more clearly, give it a like. Until next time, keep designing systems that prepare yourself for success. Thank you.